What's going on, America? I feel that it's my civil duty to inform you of what's going on around the United States concerning all of this violence that's taking place. Since the liberal media won't do it, according to them, there's no violence. There's no political violence. There's simply peaceful protesters that are angry and upset at the current administration. So they decided to display that anger through vigilante tactics of yelling, screaming, attacking, hitting, doing all types of stuff like that. You remember the time when everybody was complaining that Trump supporters at his rallies were these racist white nationalists, and they were attacking these innocent minorities that simply came to those rallies to sit down peacefully and be more informed about the policies of Donald Trump. They were sitting there like, that's interesting. So he wants better border control. That's great. Oh, he wants to lower taxes for the, oh my God, why am I getting hit? That's what they wanted us to believe. They wanted us to believe that they were sitting there, just checking out the rally, and there was some white nationalists all sitting around like, how in the heck did they get in here? We sitting here enjoying Trump telling us how we got to hate Mexicans, got to hate them darn Muslims, and got to hate them black people. And they got the nerve to come up in here and violate the Constitution by sitting amongst us white nationalists. Earl, let's go over there and get him. That's what they wanted us to believe, only to find out that these were paid protesters that were paid to come in by the DNC and stir up trouble, get into fights, swing on people, and then when they get punched in the face, then all of a sudden the narrative was Donald Trump's inciting violence at his rallies. Yeah, see, you know how I know this? Because I went to his rallies, okay? And these people would come in with shirts over their real shirt. Then they'd pull it off and have some type of derogatory statement on it. And then they'd start screaming and interrupting stuff and acting up. And then the police have to come up and grab them and take them out. And they're doing everything they can to make somebody want to swing on them. Donald Trump would always say, make sure you don't hurt him when you take him out. We don't want nobody talking about, he put me in the bar back and chicken wing and broke my arm. We don't want that. So they'd take those people out. I've seen how they act and how they will provoke people to either say something to them or so on and so forth. But no. According to the liberal media, this was because of Trump's rhetoric. You remember Charlottesville when they said Donald Trump supports KKK and white nationalists because he didn't automatically condemn everybody, only to find out that there was three groups of people down there. Just like he said, there was a group of people who were protesting and they were talking about freedom of speech, which also included some black people in that group. Then there was that group of knuckleheads, which was the KKK / white nationalists. And then you had the other group of knuckleheads, which was Antifa, who was bussed in, all right, by probably George Soros, who came down and they got out with masks and baseball bats and blowtorches and all of those things that look very peaceful to me. And of course, we know the mayor told the police, stand down. We don't want you to do anything because we want this to escalate. So at the end of the day, we can push this narrative that Donald Trump and his rhetoric and divisiveness caused this riot to take place. So then they just go ahead and they opened up the little gate and let Antifa come on in. And then next, they start going to war. And the police were told to stand down, even after a black man who was a part of the peaceful protest group got punched in the face and ran to the officers and said, "Officer, I just got hit by somebody from Antifa." And this is on YouTube. You can check it out. And what did the officers do? Hey, man, we can't do nothing for you, man. What you want us to do? What you want? My hand's tied. My hands are tied. Kind of like what happened in Oregon, I believe, recently when the mayor told the police to stand down and people are getting chased up and down the street. And the riots break out and stuff because they want that stuff to happen. Yeah, so then at the end of the day, they can say, look at our country. It's being torn apart because of Trump. But remember that. Yeah, that was horrible, wasn't it? And then do you remember Steve Scalise, who was simply out there having a good time playing a little baseball. And then this guy who was mentally and emotionally fragile because he had been listening to a whole year of commentators and Democrats getting up there talking about Donald Trump's out there. He wants to send all black people back to Africa. He wants to rip babies from their mothers. He's anti-Muslim. He's anti-woman. He's anti-gay. He's all of these horrible things. He's Hitler. Yeah, when you hear stuff like that and you're not wrapped too tight and you think your whole country is in jeopardy, that might provoke someone to say, you know what, I'm going to take one for the team and be a hero and get rid of all of these people that's a part of this oppressive regime. And the guy goes out there and he shoots Steve Scalise with a AR-15, but for some reason, because it was somebody on the left who shot a person on the right, no Democrats were out there trying to ban the AR-15 for some reason. They just let that go. And they tried to act like they were going to calm it down for a little bit because, somebody from their side that shot somebody. And it's like, okay, maybe we went a little too far on the rhetoric. We're going to calm. We need to bring everybody together. Now, all of a sudden, they won't bring everybody together. That was only short-lived because we know they're true colors. See, they can't suppress the evil wickedness within them. I mean, we should all come. Ooh. Our country needs to. Donald Trump's a racist, sexist, misogynist. They couldn't keep it together. So they continue with that rhetoric, which now leads to all of this. But according to the liberal media, our eyes are lying. All of these people are simply gathering together in large crowds because they have like minds to see all of this injustice in. And they also on one accord with the means in which they are protesting, which happen to be yelling at people, screaming at people, chasing people, attacking people, punching people in the face. So I'm going to update you. We had Sarah Anderson, a GOP candidate. She got punched in the face recently. And then the guy tried to jump in her car and she blocked him. He punched her in the face and then told her that she should kill herself. That sounds like a pretty peaceful protest to me. And then we have, I think, Shane Mecklin, and he was punched in the face to the point where he got knocked completely out. This brother woke up like, what just happened? He was in the middle of talking to a group of people. Yes, so our policies are put him to sleep. But where's the left? Where's Maxine, who's talking about harass them, show up at their dinners, and they should not be able to eat in peace? Where's all of those people saying, hey, whoa, this getting out of hand? None of them. Yeah. Or how about this? Susan Collins was threatened. Now, that's crazy because she was a hero. She was a hero to the left a minute ago. But then when she voted for Kavanaugh, all of a sudden now she's just corrupt and she's horrible. She's the Hitlerette of Hitlers. And so now people are writing letters and saying that Ricin is showing up to her house. They had to quarantine her dog, y'all. Quarantine the dog. The dogs ain't had nothing to do with this. People, all types of threats. Desiree Morin or Marine or whatever her name is. She was what? She received a letter. They said that they were hunting Republicans. And they said socialism is here to stay. This is what we're getting from the left. They're going crazy. They're going over the top. They're going too far. See, this is the type of stuff that when you vote, it makes a difference. If you don't vote the right way in November, that will encourage the Democratic Party and the liberal media to continue turning a deaf ear and a blind eye to these type of tactics, because these type of tactics are working. That's what they would think. If we didn't vote their butts out, if we didn't show them that this is not the type of behavior we want in our society, they will continue going, I don't see what you're talking about. That's crazy. I ain't see nothing about that. But I mean, even if it did happen, it happened to evil people who are racist, sexist, and misogynist and all of those stuff. Yeah, that's what they're going to say. So when you look at the violence that is taking place on the left, and not only the violence, but the endorsement through either silence, not speaking about it, or misidentifying it like the media is doing. They're not saying it's violence. They're saying that it's simple protest and anger that's being just displayed in a violent way. Yeah. So they're running interference and they're trying to gaslight Americans, and they're allowing this stuff, and they're being enablers. And if they allow it, eventually we will suffer anarchy, not just on Republicans, but it's going to come up the Democratic street at some point as well, because the groups that are in that party are so wild, so reckless, so violent that even some of the moderate Democrats are starting to get concerned. Like, we can't control our own pit bull that we raised. We raised them and we was feeding them gunpowder and hot sauce. See, if you old school, that was like the myth of how you make a dog angry. Feed them gunpowder and hot sauce and take a towel and pop them in the face. Now we got the dog all mean. And one day we come home and the dog going, and you're like, boy, it's me. I feed you. Nah. you going to be my food. See, that's what we run the risk of. So take that in consideration. All of the quote unquote non-violence that's taking place when you vote in November. God bless you. Find me on Facebook. Find me on Twitter. All the links of that are in the bottom. If you like this video, hit like, share it. Also, if you want to donate to Kevin and Kevin's Corner, there's links in the bottom to do so. And don't forget to check out my sponsor, Extreme Teas. The link's in the bottom. Okay, hit the notification button too. God bless you. See you next time in Kevin's Corner.